I 24 meters had sex with a prostitute. She was my first at everything, and I feel like shit. Hello everyone. I 24 meters was feeling like shit. Ups and downs and crap, and I kept matching with prostitutes on Tinder. Day after day I was fed up with shit going on in my life and lack of dating life, and not seeing my crush for 2+ months. I pulled the trigger today and went to a prostitute. She was okay looking. She was my first kiss and BJ. But throughout the 30-minute, even penetration, I did not come, and I feel ashamed, disgusted, lost, hollow. What have I done? I have not told anyone yet. Will tell my therapist, but I doubt she can help with this. I still have the lady S sent on me. We used protection. She came and I did not. Just booked an appointment for an STD test update. Bro, stop forcing yourself to do things. I feel ashamed. All guys around me said duck the first kiss, sex, etc. I didn't know how to feel. Other female friends said you need to cherish it. I was low-key, had nothing going on at the moment, and said duck it. At least the lady came. Once you get to a certain point in your life, sex becomes less about sex and more about love. You probably wanted to wait until you found somebody you loved, but you didn't. And that's why you feel like this. I feel for you, but it is not a competition. Those people around you that are having sex may be having the same empty and disappointing sex that you did. It sounds so cliché, but when you find someone you like and you have a connection and get to explore sex together, it is really amazing. Experience is not required to be intimate with someone you like and connect with. As with every partner, we all like different things, and it is a learning curve, and being intimate, and learning what our partner likes, and being able to say what you like too, and our bodies are all totally different. That is real sex. Being able to communicate and learn each other, and make each other feel great. Do not put yourself down. You just have not found your connection yet. And what happened in this case, there were no feelings, no learning, no emotions. It was a transaction. You tried it. It was not for you, and now you know. You will find your someone. I'm sure of it. Do not give yourself a hard time. Thank you for your kind words. I'm a complicated potato at times. Being realistic and clinging to the past is evidence that I'm not a decent human being. I did find a good connection with someone lately, and I have not confessed my feelings yet as she is going out of country to finish her studies. But today I learned not to do this again. Not to impulsively do something irrational. I totally get it. I think the problem is that you are thinking I'm X age and I should be doing X by now. And that thought pattern can be damaging, because when you compare yourself to others, it makes you feel less than you are. And the people you compare yourself to may not be being truthful about their experience too. So you are holding yourself up to false standards. I wish you luck with your crush. Do you think she feels the same? What you said is true about the age. There were times made it seem like a red flag when I said I have never been in a relationship, which hurts. About the crush thing, no. From what I learned from her, no matter what, I need to ask her out on a date. She said that she had friends who out of the blue said they liked her and she felt uncomfortable, rejected them, and preferred to go through stages. Go on a date. After some dates, be exclusive. Then relationship. Which is weird. She is younger than me by 2 years and did have plenty of experience in dating, but that day came to me asking me what makes a date a date, and we talked about it for an hour. The fact that you did not come during intercourse might mean that you felt guilt, felt wrong during it. In sex, a big role is not actually the sensation of your genitals, but more your psyche and mind. I have heard about the psyche and state of mind from others. I was not convinced as I'm currently not dating, but I really like someone who is not available for dating. I don't know how to explain it. Was I desperate? Was I horny? I was definitely sad and nervous. Do not sweat it. It was one of thousands of times you will have sex in your life. It was just another experience. The stress and awkwardness of a sex with a stranger can result in a less than great experience. No problem. Take what you can from it and move on. No worries. You basically rented a human fleshlight, so no wonder you feel less than optional. You wanted sex within a relationship, with an actual human connection, and discovered you cannot pay for that inexpensive lesson. Many people take years to figure this out. By the way, she almost certainly did not come. Almost everyone's first time sucks in one way or another. Yours is a bit different circumstance, but it still happened. You decided to do it. You gotta learn and move on. Beat yourself up for a while. That's human. It's human to feel different and weird. Sorry the other people in your life suck. Screw them. They don't matter. You can make people like you or want you. Just learn how to better at being yourself and being okay with it. I am sure most of us have had sex with people we aren't proud of. At least you're aware. Also, maybe you bought food or paid a bill for this lady. I am sorry, and I hope you can get the help you need and start living for yourself. It is a lot better with someone who there is chemistry with and who you have feelings for. Take a shower, man, and use this as a learning experience. Look for potential dates within your work and school life. You had classmates. Did you find any of those women attractive? You could also try Harmony.com or other dating sites. If nothing else, it will prove to you that there are eligible single women out there looking for dates and relationships. I do not recommend Tinder, as that is just more casual, meaningless sex that opens you up to the STD roulette. Sex within relationships is more meaningful and can be fun and exciting. You say you want a relationship, or even if you just want real sex, you will not get that from someone who is basically a paid actor. Definitely faked that orgasm too, by the way. I did probably feel the same way. I would see this as a learning experience and work on improving yourself as a potential partner and keep looking for the real thing. I would also get tested for STDs as soon as possible. I doubt you used protection during the oral sex portion, which can transmit STDs as well. Prostitutes will never provide a real hookup experience, let alone real lovemaking, which is what most people crave, and most girls do not want a guy who has slept with a prostitute. So do not jeopardize the real thing for this. Don't think of it as your first time, but more like a practice round leading up to your real first time with someone you develop a relationship or feelings for. It might be a while to find someone you connect with, but it's worth the wait. And think of it this way, it could have been a lot worse in so many different ways that I really don't want to mention, for example drunken one night stands, etc. Also, don't let others who claim to have lots of sex discourage you. A lot of guys are more talk than anything. This is a serious reply to contrast other replies here. Go kiss, have sex with another person, and you lines quickly stop caring about the firsts. I am definitely someone who cared about my first time having sex. I dodged opportunities multiple times before finally losing my V card to my first serious girlfriend. I lines forever be happy that I didn't throw it away before, because it was important at the time, but now that I've had sex with more than just that first girl, it doesn't really matter. Worry about your first with a specific person being special when the time comes, and in the meantime, go duck someone else. My first time with my current girlfriend, who I love a lot and I am close with, was special, and all that matters to me now. I promise you lines feel the same about throwing away next time you have sex. I understand that you feel unfulfilled, but don't feel disgusted with yourself. That is a bad road to go down. Access to human touch is vital to mental health. If you didn't get anything out of the experience, then you've learned a lesson that for you sex has to be linked with an emotional connection to be enjoyable. But feeling badly about yourself or being unnecessarily disparaging to her for providing you a service you requested. A part of a healthy sex life is obtaining standard tests regularly between partners. So yes, go do that. And your therapist can 100% help with this. It's not an unusual thing to do, but your feelings about the act really needs to be unpacked. It is a mix of things. More empty, hollow than disgusted. Now I'm freaking out over STDs, but we'll do check up real soon. I have been texting the worker, and she keeps saying please trust me, and you think I'm lying. I have been yearning for an emotional connection because shit childhood. Mother issues. No father figure. Only child. Mental and emotional abuse. Abandonment issues. The whole shebang, lol. People pay for sex all the time. All the time. It is nothing to be ashamed about. Virginity is not a real thing. Nothing about your body changes in any way, shape or form after having sex for the first time. Male or female, look up the hymen myth for example. So all the things you have been stressing about virginity wise are all in your mind. Now you have crossed that mental barrier and can move on. You have now discovered you do not enjoy paying for sex. Good for you. It is good to know these things. You are obviously a person that seeks connection with people you are intimate with. And now you know this and can use this information in your future. Seriously. Do not sweat it. You did nothing wrong. It is something that so many people do, and that is okay. Get tested for your own peace of mind. Then chalk this experience up as something you did not particularly enjoy and move on to the next experience. Sex isn't great every time. And if it makes you feel better, most people's firsts are awkward, sloppy, unsuccessful. A friend of mine lost his virginity to a prostitute. He wasn't particularly proud of it, but when the secret came out we all told him it didn't matter to us. He has a girlfriend now. My advice to you is to stop worrying too much about what you feel like you have to be doing. Just focus on what is best for you. Focus on working on your self-confidence and self-esteem. And quit dating apps for a while. They are an easy fix and a source of instant gratification. Focus instead on looking for women in places where you might have mutual interests with them and the like. For example, if you're into running, look for a Facebook group of people who do running or jogging together. Hope this helps. Standard tests would not show anything after 24 hours. Depending on the standard, it can take 2 weeks to 6 months before you start showing symptoms and can test positive unless you start getting rashes or burning when you pee. Get tested after 4 weeks and then again at 6 months. As for the whole virginity thing, it's only a big deal now because it's the only experience you have. It would not be nearly as big of a deal a few years down the road, and people lose theirs in much worse ways. All in all, if nobody got hurt or pregnant, then it is an overall positive. At least you used a condom. 18-year-old dude at an old job did the same as you. Went with one of his friends and they both banged the prostitute with no condoms. He said, "Don't worry, I took a shower soon as I got home." I can understand this is not how you envision sex or romance to be. I understand your guilt, shame, overall bad feelings here. I hope you will be forgiving of yourself for this mistake and not repeat it. You will get past this, smarter and better. It will take time. Out there is a woman just for you. It just takes time to find her. The only thing I can really say is just vibe through life and good things usually come. I met my first girlfriend over lockdown and I've never been happier with life. Before her, I wasn't looking for anything as I had given up and I didn't know what to do or how to go about it, but one day my friend sent me one snap about her and from there she added me and we just got talking. This type of stuff literally happens out of the blue. More often when you least expect it, honestly, as tough as it is. Sometimes you just have to have hope and keep pushing through. A lot of the time, good things do come to those who wait, in my opinion. I was about your age when I lost my virginity too. I totally remember the pressure and shame that I felt around virginity. This was not the ideal way for you to lose yours. But hey, it has done. So take the positives that you can from the experience and learn from the negatives. It in no way makes you a bad person or anything close to that. You lines probably be laughing about it with friends in a few years. The next step is to find a girl to ask out. The seal is broken. It is time to start building real, fulfilling relationships. Maybe try online dating. I think you need to ask yourself, why do you feel so ashamed? Is it because society labels sleeping with a sex worker as shameful? It is such a horrible fallacy. I know a lot of sex workers who actually work in the field to make others feel good, to give them attention. It is not all just money. Everyone desires affection in some form. There is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. If it is because you wanted to wait, that is okay. There will be other opportunities to wait for. Either way, you are deserving of love, attention, and affection in any form. Listen, brother, not enjoying sex is not something shameful. It is something to be expected. I'm 34. I have never had sex with anyone I have been in love with, and I have also never came from sex. So it goes. Do not let it weigh on you, unless you are 100% certain she came. She probably did not either. Whatever. This is what is called a mistake by many people. But in reality it is a learning experience. You have learned that banging prostitutes is not something you are going to be doing. I have many friends who have never learned that lesson. One who bangs dudes too now on occasion. Life has twists. This is one of yours. It taught you something. Respect the lesson. Ignore the shame. First off, virginity is not important. In the grand scheme of sex, it is just an unnecessary barrier that some people use to determine your overall worth and how to label you. So, do not get too caught up on that part. Sex is a weird part of life that everyone stumbles through for the first few goes. Very few people are amazing at it right off the bat. In all seriousness, sex is different for a lot of people. For some, meaningless sex and perpetual bachelorhood works well for them. For others, they need a connection in order to enjoy themselves. For a select few, they have a hard time distinguishing between sex and love entirely. And for even more, sex just is not important or necessary at all. I think what you need to do is examine why you decided to hire a sex worker to lose your virginity to, why you feel bad about it, and what you actually want from sex. Did you simply hire her to say that you lost your V card? Do you feel bad because you had to pay someone to take your V card? Are you just looking for a warm hole to stick your dick in, or for someone to genuinely love and care for you? Those are very important questions to ask yourself and to honestly examine. I have a sneaking suspicion that you fall under the category of people who need to feel a genuine connection with another human being in order to really enjoy the process of sex. And, unfortunately, scrolling through Tinder for hookups probably is not going to get you closer to the overall romantic fulfillment you are looking for. It is normal to feel ashamed or hollow when you have meaningless sex with a stranger when that is not your MO or even your true desire. I would highly suggest that you spend some time focusing on yourself and what you want. Whether that is a long-time relationship or more sexual experience or whatever. I know that with COVID you are probably feeling incredibly isolated and desperate for some kind of positive attention, which is what led to the sex worker in the first place. But you need to tamp that desperation on down while you focus on bettering yourself to attract more of what you are looking for. Talk to your therapist and be honest about the experience. Go to the doctor and get STD testing done. In 6 months, go back to the doctor for another round of STD testing. Some STDs can take 30 or more days to show up in your blood work. If you experience any weird symptoms or issues between those 2 rounds of tests, then seek a doctor for further counseling. I hope this helps you. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos.